Hey, welcome to day 5 of the One Song Away Music Release Challenge. Learning how to release music to Spotify and do it with a success and give your music the best chance it can out there so you can grow your fans and just actually feel satisfied by the fact that you put a good effort into releasing your music. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to just listen to a couple of or just one actually, testimonial from Martin Phillips about the One Song Away program.
Echo what everyone said, really. I don't think I've got anything much more to add. Despite not really taking advantage of all the resources, I can really value them and feel very much more secure that when I do actually finally get around to engaging in the process, that everything's I won't feel as lost as I had been previously in dealing with the whole digital domain and social media, which I've avoided for so many years. So I feel very reassured about that, and I really value this community here and appreciate the fact. I'll echo what's been said already, that we're all supporting each other and eager to build a movement rather than to fight for our slot within a small container. I feel we can build something that blossoms, and we look at all the great music genres that have come previously. They've grown from a small thing and they become globals, and I think there's a possibility for this as Samesh has spotted right way back. There's an opportunity for this to really blossom out into the world, and we can be really supportive of each other. And I really feel that from each and everyone's heart, how much everyone else wants that as well, and wants to help each other. So I've really appreciated this course, despite not really taking advantage of it. And it's been fantastic connecting with you all. So thank you very much, Samesh. Really appreciate it.
Hey, Mark, and so good to have you on board. And you're the one probably with the most experience in this industry. So it's really important to have you here, and you've been of immense value, all your experience. And yeah, thank you so much for who you are. Thank you. It's been amazing to have you on board. I'm so glad you're here.
My pleasure.
So that was Martin Phillips.
Echo what everyone said, really.
Some words about the last One Song Away course that we did. So the 5 steps to a perfect music release. These are the 5 steps. And this, again, is a beginner's guide to the 5 steps. And this is for somebody who, if you're new to releasing music, also if you don't have a lot of time, or perhaps you don't have a lot of budget. Step number 1, the 5 steps are planning. Step number 2, preparation. Step number 3, implementation. Step number 4, the launch. And today on step number 5, we'll be going through the post-launch. So the post-launch happens from the launch day plus about 2 or 3 days afterwards. So like, what do you do once you've launched your track? You've got it out there, it's now live. You've spent your last couple of days sharing it with all your friends, DMing people, and really building the excitement and having the excitement of actually releasing the track. So good to get all these things to become a habit, to have this as a plan, to plan out in a systematic way. I was just speaking to a musician today who released a track recently and did a whole lot of stuff and didn't really produce the results that he wanted, and how deflating that experience is in order to get your music out there and then just not have the results that you want. And I could see straight away from my experience of having seen that release, there was a few things that he could have done a little bit better. And so this is the thing, is if you plan your release out, you have your plan put down on a piece of paper, then you can go back and you can take a look. Okay, so I did this and this and this. why did it work? Or why did it not work? Like the last launch I did this and this and this, and that really worked. And now I changed it all. I did this and this and this, and it didn't work at all. Like, what was the difference? Was it the track itself? It just didn't connect with people? Or did I do something differently this time that made a difference and didn't actually connect with people that well? So that's why it's really important to have this planning document as well. So during the post launch, the first thing you're going to do is this is a time when you can actually go back and thank all the people that supported you during the release. I would actually direct message all the people that you asked to share the track. You can say, hey, thank you so much for sharing the track. If you did, if you didn't, please, if you don't mind sharing it now, that'd be fantastic. You can do all those DMs. You can also make a really nice post on your Facebook saying, hey, thank you so much for releasing the track or sharing the track. Thank you for all the people that went to listen to it on Spotify. I really appreciate it. So really good opportunity to have your thank yous. I would also add into this, if you've got any like videos, like a lyric video or anything like that, and you haven't released it already, then this is a really good opportunity to release, to do the, the post launch sort of videos, like, lyric videos. You can do different types of another official video as well. Also, this is a really good time to get your ads. If you're running an ad campaign, if you've got some money to put into ads, that this is a great time to put into that sort of campaign and start the campaign, analyze the campaign, set it up if you haven't set it up already, and really get it going. Because in the first couple of days, as well as the first week, is a great time for you to get as much traction on that track as possible. And so you can sort of activate the Spotify sort of algorithms. Like the first 3 days is really important, but then the first 7 days is also really important. So this is a really good time to get those ads going, get those ads running, and to analyze the results of the ads. Maybe you need to make some tweaks. Maybe you need to run another ad. Ads are so important these days in order to get the traction that you need to in a track. I was also speaking to this this musician today, and we were talking about how difficult it is to get traction. And you cannot do as much as you can by yourself without actually having some type of advertising campaign. I think it's just so important, especially since you spend £1,000, 2,000 pounds, maybe even more, on producing the track, getting the track recorded. And then if you're not prepared to spend like at least 150, 200 pounds on ads, okay, that's a real missed opportunity. I think rather like make the recording and stuff a little bit cheaper, or try and save some money in other places, but at least have like 150 to 200 pounds in advertising budget, so you can really get your track out there to the people that it needs to be at. In the meantime, you should always be working on your business, working on growing your social media, growing your email list, and interacting with your fans, growing your fans, creating those relationships all the time, so that when you do release these tracks, that you have like an audience that's really up for for consuming it, for sharing it, for being to reciprocate the energy that you've put into them over that time. Also, this is a time to analyze the results and learn the lessons. So this is where you're going to go back and look at your previous release and see, okay, so I got this sort of results by this stage. So like, what results did I get this time, and why is it different? Why is it different? Why are the results different? And maybe the result, can analyze the results over the next 3 or 4 days. Doesn't have to be like on the second or third day, but maybe up to the first week you can start analyzing those results. Let's see what else. That is actually the end of that of the 5 days to music release success. So does this mean you're going to be successful if you do all these different things? Nobody can say. There's so many different factors that are involved in you being a success with your music. but it's definitely possible. Today I actually spent some time doing a like a playlist of some musicians on Spotify, and I'm quite astounded to see how many musicians have actually reached tracks that have over 1 million streams. So I created this playlist, and there's some amazing tracks. Like, for example, Denise is obviously, she's doing amazing, obviously, like a huge star, but some of her tracks are 27 million, 14 million streams, 18 million streams, 7 million streams, 6 million streams. So this is like huge numbers. She's absolutely doing incredible with this, with her artistry. Who else do we have here? Like all these artists, 13 million streams, 2 million streams, 1.5, nearly 2 million, nearly 3 million on all the tracks. So, and actually this list of 100 artists and singles, each one of them has over 1 million streams. Each of these artists possibly has upwards of 100,000 monthly listeners. So, although the sacred medicine music genre as such, which is where I'm mostly spending my time with artists, is, quite a relatively unknown genre, the artists within the genre who make music in this genre, and obviously they make music in other genres, I think it bleeds over, singer-songwriter, folk music, world music. I don't really know if there's anything else you can call it, but they are doing fantastic. There's some amazing artists. Excuse me. Lua Lacruza, 45,500 monthly listeners, and some of her tracks are nearly 4 million streams, 2 million streams, just absolutely crushing it, like amazing results. So, we got to look at like what are these artists doing in terms of, is it the quality of the music? Like, what are they actually doing in order to create these amazing results? And it's really good to keep in touch with some of these artists and have a list of artists that you follow on an ongoing basis. And just keep a note of like, what are they doing on social media? When you're starting out and you don't have that many streams on Spotify, or you're just starting to release songs, these are the people that you need to model in order to model what they're doing in terms of social media, right? So what are they doing that is helping them be so successful? Are they releasing music on an ongoing basis? Like, what are they doing on their social media? What are they posting? How do their releases look? How does their websites look? What sort of options are on their websites? All these things make a difference. It's like, if you can get the basics right, just the fundamental basics, right? It's going to give you a much better opportunity of taking advantage of every single little opportunity that you've got in order to create the release of your dreams and reach, releases that have these 1 million, 2 million sort of streams. I think the first, obviously, as an artist, the first goal you've got is, I guess, to get to 1 million streams. I think that's a worthy goal. Like, can I get a track to 1 million streams? And look, what does it take to get to 1 million streams? Let's, for example, like take a look at Shaman's Dream. Okay, Shaman's Dream, this guy here. 147,500 monthly listeners. Shaman's Dream is a musical prayer for healing, transformation, love, happiness for all beings. Tahala founder is a multi-percussionist, DJ, music producer, medicine ceremony facilitator. Okay, let's see if we go to, I wonder if that's going to change. Okay, I might have to reshare it. I'm just going to take a look at Shaman's Dream here and see if we can Shaman's Dream. Okay, Shaman's Dream. Well, there's lots of things called Shaman's Dream that are not Shaman's Dream. Let's take that out. Let's try saying Shaman's Dream music. Okay, here we go. New releases, Shaman's Dream Music Collective. Maybe that's not the same guy. Oh, it is the same guy. Okay. Let's take a look at this website. Let's take a look at some of the social media and just see if we can get some tips for our own music, for our own websites, for our own social media, and see what he's doing. Like, how great is this website? This is pretty cool. Featured releases. So he's got all these releases on the website with a listen now button, which is great. So if you do click on listen now, okay, so that takes you to Bandcamp. That's cool. You can listen to there. You can also probably buy the album as well. That's great. Okay, you've got SoundCloud link, Facebook link, Instagram link. Let's take a look at Instagram. Okay, looking pretty cool. He's got his link tree there. Very important to have your link tree. Very, very important to have the link tree there. Okay, so is that all about love? Not a huge amount of followers, but still quite substantial. A bit of interaction, not bad interaction. Let's see if he's responding to people's comments and stuff. I think this is a big opportunity that a lot of artists are missing. We'll see, no one. Okay, it's just a day away, so can forgive him for that. Yeah, so he's not really responding to responses on or messages on his Instagram, which for me in artists is quite a missed opportunity, because you know, if you do respond to these comments and start creating those relationships, then I think, you know, you can really take advantage of that opportunity to connect with the people that are loving your music. You know, people are asking questions, he's not really answering them. You know, put it this way, you don't have to do any of that to be a big artist or to produce amazing results. But if you're a small artist, every single one of these little opportunities is an opportunity to connect with an artist or connect with your tribe and build your tribe and build, you know, those connections. So none of that, but yeah, it looks like a amazing Instagram. Very beautiful covers. It's all psytrance as well, dance music type stuff. Beautiful artwork. Whoever the artist is really cool. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to just do one sort of recap of the 5 steps to a music release, and then we'll call it a day, because it's Friday and we've got things to do. So let me share the screen one more time. Here we go. Okay, so slideshow. So the 5 steps to a perfect music release, a recap on day 5. Welcome, Agnieszka. How are you? You good? I'm just doing a recap. Thanks for chatting. Great. Okay. So stage 1. So this is the 5 steps to a good music release. Remember, music releases can be anything. Okay, they can be like as simple as just loading your track onto a distributor, setting a date, and then forgetting about it. It can be as easy as that, or can be very, very complicated and lots of tasks, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, loads of work every day, DM people, emailing people, like, you know, as much effort as you want to put in, there are things to do and you can put into it. Obviously, like anything, you know, if you put a lot of effort in, you know, you may see the reward straight away, or the reward might come later. It's just about, I think with any of these things, it's about consistency. Can you consistently do something over an extended period of time? Like if you could say, like I could pretty much guarantee that if you did a track release and you had good quality music, you had a track release every single month or 6 weeks for 2 years, okay, there's no reason, if you follow this basic system, which is just doing the basics, just doing the basics really well, and you spend like £150 on ads a month, I completely, I'll put my reputation on the line. I could say you could guarantee that you could probably get a 1 million stream release after 2 years. But the thing is, can people consistently do that for 2 years? That is the question. Can you focus enough for 2 years, for a 2-year period, to actually do things consistently well over that time frame? And that's where people fall down. That's where, like, I fall down because I get distracted. I do a course and then I don't do a course for 3 months, and then you sort of you lose your momentum. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get like some good habits in place, do the basics really, really well, and be consistent. I think those are the 3 keys. Yeah, be consistent, do the basics really, really well. So important. So stage 1, beginners. So beginners release. So this is what we're going to go through now. Stage 2 is like once you've done a beginners release, you've got a bit more experience, you can start doing more intermediate stuff. Once you've got like a few releases under your belt, you've followed a system, you've got really good at it, you've got really good habits in place, then you're going to do like the advanced release, where you're going to add in some more of the more advanced strategies, and you can, you know, take your releases onto the next level. So remember, every time you release a track, you're building your community, you're building your fans on Spotify, you're building your Instagram, you're building your Facebook, you're building your mailing list. So every time you do a release, you release to a more established community, people that people that are getting to know your music, that are looking forward to the new releases. Okay, so the beginner's release is if you're new to releasing music, you don't have a lot of time, or you don't have a lot of budget. The 5 easy steps are: step 1, planning. Step 2, preparation. Step 3, implementation. Step 4, the launch. And then step 5, the post-launch. The planning phase, which happens 4 to 6 weeks before the release. So during the planning phase, this is where you're recording your track, you're mastering it, you're mixing it, you're deciding on your budget, you confirm your graphic designer, you choose your distributor, you get all your social media systems like operational, you choose the goals for your release, and you finalize your release images. Then you go on to step 2, which is your preparation. This is 3 to 4 weeks before the release. During step 2, you're going to do your artwork, make sure your artwork's up to scratch, get it all together in one folder. You're going to upload your track to your distributor and create your pre-save. You're going to announce your release on socials, and you're going to email your email list. Implementation, step 3. This is 1 to 2 weeks before the release. You're going to release your artwork banners with the date. You're going to release your images onto social media. You're going to share your pre-save. Step 4 is the launch. So there's a day before and 2 days after. And during this phase, you're going to email your list saying your track's out tomorrow, or your track's out now. You're going to release your day before images and your on the day images onto social media. This is the launch. You're going to share your pre-save, and you're going to private message or DM all your friends and family and anybody else that you've created a relationship with over that time. I think this is still one of the most powerful sort of strategies, is that personal connection with people that you've created a relationship with over the course of 4 to 5, 6 weeks, by messaging people and starting that connection going without asking them for anything, just starting the conversation. And then on the day of the release, you can spend like hours just DMing people, and it's totally okay. It's not like you're not spamming anybody. You can say, hey, how are you doing? They're going to say, yeah, I'm great. You can say, hey, I really like that post that you did. They're going to say, oh, that's cool. How are you? So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm releasing my single today. It's coming out here. Do you mind listening to it on Spotify? You know, just a very, very simple back and forth conversation. It's not like you DM everybody and say, hey, listen to my track. And I see a lot of that. And that's really the wrong way to go about it. People feel like pressured. People feel like you're spamming them. And that it's not a good experience for you either. You don't want to like DM like 20,000 people with your link, right? Because it doesn't feel good, right? It doesn't feel good. But if it's reciprocal, where you've created this relationship, you've nurtured the relationship over time, then yeah, you can email people or DM people on the day and say, hey, remember I told you I was releasing the single? Hey, today it's released. Do you mind going to Spotify and listening to it and adding it to a playlist? If you did that 100 people, you could DM 100 people. That's definitely possible. You like DM people. How many people can you DM in like an hour? You can DM 50 people an hour. That's two hours of your day to DM 100 people. That's already 100 people that are going to share it on their maybe on their Facebook profile. You can ask them, and they're going to go to Spotify, add it to a playlist. Already you've got 100 streams. That's without doing anything else. I think that's a super powerful strategy. Obviously you can ask all your friends and family, especially your close ones, to listen to the track 20 times. So then step 5, you come to the post-launch, and this is the launch day 3 onwards. Oh yeah, so, and this is where you're going to do your thank yous. You're going to thank people. You're going to analyze your results, and you're going to learn whatever lessons. You're going to like make notes. Okay, I did this. It really worked. This took loads of time. I didn't really feel like it worked out. Just analyze the results. Remember, this is a very, very, very basic release. I haven't gone into any like further details. Like this is super, super simple. There's not that many things to do. And if you're just starting out releasing tracks and you haven't done it before, you know, don't make it too complicated. Don't put any like loads of pressure on yourself. There's always so much to do anyway. You'll probably do way more than this, but this is just the absolute basics to get your release out there, and do it in a way that gives you the biggest opportunity that you can have to, at the end of the day, come back to the release and go, hey, I really, really put my best effort into that release. And you don't have that feeling of, oh my golly, like I didn't put any effort into it. Because the last thing you want is to think back at the time you released that track, which you spent thousands of pounds recording, thousands of pounds, like, you know, mixing and mastering and paying other musicians. And then you put it out there and it doesn't do anything. And it didn't do anything because you didn't do anything. And you're like that, you know, you don't want to have that regret, right? You know, the track might go great places anyway. It might do amazing stuff, but you know, why not just put that little bit of effort in, do things in a systematic way, plan it out, make sure you put a little bit of effort in, and give that track the biggest opportunity it has to reach the audience that it wants to reach. I think probably the worst thing that can happen is you release a track, you don't tell anybody about it, and then your fans find out that you've released a track and you've done it in the back door. You haven't told them. You know, you want to tell people, you want to be excited about it. You want to tell people and not feel like you're spamming people or you're being too like self you know, when you're selfish in terms of you feel like, oh, you're all about you. You know, people want to know about these things. People want to know about your release. People want to feel the excitement with you, which is really another thing why you want to take people on that journey with you when you start the release. You don't want to just like the day before, oh, tomorrow I'm releasing my track, please everybody share it. No, that just doesn't work that way. How about taking people on the journey with you? Like, hey guys, I'm in 3 weeks time, I'm releasing this track, I'm really excited. You know, take people with that journey. They want to go on that journey. It's like a story that comes to the conclusion. Oh, thank you guys, I had this, I've released my track, I'm really proud, put loads of effort in and got 300 streams, really excited, thank you so much. That would be the ultimate conclusion. And if you got 1 million streams, that would be an even better conclusion to the whole party, the whole thing. So thank you so much. It's been fantastic. Agnieszka, thank you for joining us tonight. Have you got any questions, or can I help you in any way? We've got time. I'm going to finish early today because it's Friday. You know what Fridays are like. But anyway, if you have any questions or anything that's not totally clear, did you receive value from what you've seen so far? And I don't know. That's all I've got. In fact, what I'm also going to tell you about, I'm going to tell you about the Sacred Sound community. Let me actually do that quickly. The Sacred Sound community is this. Sec. If I can find it now. Just give us one moment while I open it up, and then I'll share my screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to send this link to the Facebook group, but this is basically the Sacred Sound community. Okay, so also I came to realize that although I'm doing these like challenges where people are finding out about, you know, how to release music, some people want to take it a little bit further. They want to learn a little bit more, or want to stay in the community of the supportive community of musicians who are helping each other to release their music, and creating a supportive like group that can go with you on the journey, get your questions answered, get the help that you need to actually do this in a proper way. So I started something called the Sacred Sound community. It's in its infancy. And so everybody that joins up until, I think we started in June, July, August. So around time September, I'm going to close like the founding membership down, and I'm going to increase the prices. But for now, founding members get the following. It's called the Sacred Sound community. It's a community of musicians who are learning the art of sharing their music online. Okay, I've got a video there. You can watch it another stage. So the founding membership is the Mastering Music Releases course. So this is a course where I take the 5 steps to releasing music and all the steps in between, like how to create a Facebook page, how to, you know, set up your Instagram, how to do Facebook ads, how to do this, how to upload your music to Spotify, how to set up your Spotify profile. Every single step by step, and I've put it in video form, and it's going to be in this Mastering Music Releases course, step by step. Then we've got the group coaching sessions and full day workshops. So over the course of the month, I'm going to do probably a couple, 1 or 2 group coaching sessions where I set up a day, a time, a couple of hours where we all meet up and we go over we answer certain questions, or we go over certain skills, like how to do certain things, right? Then I'm also going to be doing full day workshops. So these are full day workshops where we take like from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. around that time, 6, 7, 8 hours, where we go in depth into either social media, releasing music, how to do all the things that you need to in order to, you know, get really good at sharing your music online and growing a tribe. So we've also got the Music Marketing Masterclass course, and that is going in depth into all the different platforms, like in depth into Facebook marketing, in depth into Instagram marketing, in depth into creating videos, all the parts in depth into creating emails, etc., etc. Everything you need in order to share your music online and be online, basically. Also, one-to-one coaching. This is where I actually sit down with you. I think over the course of the year, I give you 3 hours of one-on-one coaching. That's where you have a release, and then we set a time, I meet up with you, and we discuss your release, make sure you have all your questions answered, you know what you're doing, and the release is going the way you want it. That's one-on-one coaching, like 3 hours, probably more, but we say a minimum of 3 hours. Then we're going to do question and answer webinars with musicians. This is where I get musicians who are already releasing music, and we interview them. So we have those interviews, and you can ask them questions. So it's really, really cool. We had an interview session with Tallulah recently, and then I've got a whole lot of other musicians that I want to interview, ask them about their music, also about their careers, also about what's working for them online, what's not working for them, so we can all learn together and we can, sort of share the knowledge between us. The private Facebook groups is a group with just musicians who are interested in learning how to market their music and share their music online. And then also a private WhatsApp sharing circle where we can swap messages and just have a good time, like just share each other's releases and have a chat, stuff like that. A social media review. This is where I go over your social media. I go over all your social media accounts, and I, because just by literally going through stuff like this, I can show you stuff that you just don't see yourself, right? Like, for example, this one over here. This can be improved. Like, this is nice, it's not bad. But I've seen some really cool Instagram sort of bios here that just look way better than this. This looks a little bit boring for a very cool musician. Like, we could do some improvement in this. Also, I would tell Shaman's Dream, I would give him the tip of making sure he replies to these messages. Super, super important. And I do the same thing for Facebook. Like, for example, let's go to Sonny Davidson. So you go to Sonny Davidson, I can look through his Facebook, like, that's really cool, I like that. And just give you some feedback on, how it's looking from the outside, from a more, from a different perspective. Like, because you can look at your stuff all the time and you never see stuff, but I can tell straight away a whole lot of stuff from just taking a cursory look and giving you some feedback on it. So that's what that is all about. So let's see if I can find my thing again. Lost it. Okay, so that's the social media review. Then I've got some software where I can make music videos and music video lyrics shorts. So I'm going to create some music videos for you for some of your releases, like 1, 2, 3, 4, something around there. If you want music videos, I've included that in this offer. There's some testimonials. So again, what's included? The Mastering Music Releases course. That's the 5 steps broken down into detail with training on each step. There's the group coaching sessions, the music marketing masterclass course, the one-on-one coaching, question and answer webinars with musicians, the private WhatsApp sharing circle, social media review, music video and video lyric shorts. That's where I actually create videos for you. Private Facebook group. Okay, all these, all that was valued at around $3,135. Okay, it's going to be sold for $995 for a year's membership. But actually, during the challenge, I've set a special discount. I also realize that people are struggling, so I've set a monthly fee if you want to be part of the community and get access to all the courses, get my personal training, my personal coaching, okay, which is like one-on-one coaching to help you through your releases. My video creation, I'm going to create videos for you. In fact, like one video, a lyric video, for example, should at least be worth like £100 or €100 or $100, but I'm going to give you 2 or 3 of those for free, and that's all included in this monthly fee of $55, which works out about £45 or something like that. Or if you don't want to do that and you feel like you want to just pay it off like over 3 installments, that's just $150 for 3 months. So 3 months, $150, that's $450. That means you probably save, because this is over a year, that's 550, that's 550, 660, something like that. So you save about £200, right? So if you pay it off over 3 months, $150 a month, you save like $200. But if you want it even cheaper, this is the biggest discount. If you wanted to pay it right now, or at least for the next, because I'm going to give people a chance for the next until the end of Wednesday. So Wednesday, which I gave last people. So for the next 4 or 5 days, this is the offer that's going to be available. It's a special yearly discount for only £295 for the whole year. So for the whole year, you £295, you're going to get all this Mastering Music Releases course, the group coaching sessions, one-on-one coaching, question and answer webinars with the musicians, the private Facebook group, the WhatsApp sharing circle, your personal social media review, music video and video lyric shorts. And I think that's everything you need in order to be successful in releasing music. That's all I can say. I've put everything together, excuse me, with the express intention of giving you everything that you need to have in order to be successful. Because how many times have people actually taken a course? Like, I can sell you the course, it's no problem. The course is like, okay, $395. You know, say I even gave you a discount on that course, it's like $150 or something like that. Like, how many times have you bought a course and you've never gone and done it? You've just like forgotten about it, you got distracted. That's why, you know, courses are great, but actually me being on you and coaching you is going to be the most valuable thing. These coaching sessions will actually coach you, one-on-one coaching. I help you through your release one-on-one, and I'm not going to let you forget about it. I'm not going to let you just get distracted. I'm going to remind you, hey, you know, you need to do this. I'm going to keep a tab on your release. I'm going to make sure that it's all going really, really well. You're going to have that complete support. And that is the most valuable thing out of this whole offer, I think. So again, that's all those products and coaching and videos and the access to the private Facebook group for either $55 a month or 3 months of $150, or the cheapest and save loads of money. That's almost like half the price, $295 for the whole year. And that's the cheapest I can do it until at least September, when I'm going to increase the price. I'm looking for a certain number of people to join us before I do that. But that's it. 5 days of music release challenge. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it valuable. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us today, Agnieszka, and all the people that are listening onto the recording and the replay. Yeah, the offer is going to be there until Wednesday. And Wednesday, I'll take it down, okay? So if you want to take advantage, do. If you don't, good luck. I hope you do really great with your releases. And I hope, like, my next wish for you is to get to 1 million streams on Spotify. That's all my training is going to be focused on, getting you to 1 million streams on Spotify. If we can do that, I think that would be fantastic. I think that's a good thing to aim for, and it's totally doable. Totally doable. So thank you, Agnieszka. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Have a great weekend. Lots of love, and see you very soon.